Hello, welcome. I've waited so long for this interview. Really, I waited so long for this interview. How was your trip? After finally we can travel, how was your trip to Amsterdam?
Yeah, after a year and a half, got back in the airplane. It was a different experience than what we had before. So, and the pleasure is mine to finally sit together and have a chat.
Okay, enough with warming up. Let's kick off our interview. Are you ready?
Born ready.
Okay. After winning almost everything with Ajax, you decided to accept Sampdoria's offer. Did you take this step or this decision because it was a step to play in Serie A, which was the strongest then?
Well, when I decided to leave Ajax, I had signed with Juventus actually.
Okay.
That was a done deal, and a few weeks later it appeared that Sosa was not approved by the medical test or whatever happened to go to Dortmund, because that was the reason why Juventus was looking for a midfielder.
Okay.
And so he didn't leave Juventus, so Juventus said that we couldn't go through with the contract, and that's how it happened. But I was convinced to go and start my adventure abroad, and Sampdoria was the team where I thought that I could, at the end, make that step and prepare myself for a career outside of Holland.
Did you enjoy yourself in Sampdoria?
It was a very important experience. I think it prepared me properly for what's needed to be successful independent way, far away from what you're used to. It was a great team still. There was a lot of great players.
Yes.
And they came from a very important period, playing final of Champions League as well. And the year before Vialli left to Juventus, I think they provided like 4 players for Juventus. Year before, David Platt. So yeah, when I went there, it was still the hype and the feeling of an important team was there. Sampdoria historically has always been important, but it was good to really get to know the language, the culture, what it means to play. In the Serie A, that was the most competitive league at that moment in time. So yeah, I had the perfect school in that year.
Okay. Winning 4 Champions League is something exceptional, but you did it. Let's imagine if the Champions League winner, Seidoff, met the kid, Seidoff. What would that passionate kid tell the older version of Seidoff? Did he fulfill all of his dreams?
I think the kid would just want to touch and look him in the eyes and ask him if everything was worth it, and when and how it was to start dreaming about playing at the professional level and winning Champions League. And my answer would be, that everything really started by dreaming about it and then working very hard for it. Nothing comes for free. But the most beautiful thing about this story is really what my dream was when I was a kid, and so that is definitely what I would engage with, and I'm sure the kid would talk about that. I want to become this, and I want to do this and this and this, and then tell him have the right mentality, work hard, enjoy what you do, and follow your heart.
Worth it.
It was more than worth it. When you can live your dream, it's amazing, no?
It is. It is. Okay. You cried when you won your first Champions League with Ajax, and you did it again after winning the first Champions League with Milan. Did you cry for the same reasons? Did you have the same feelings every time, or the emotions was for a different reason?
No. Those are tears of joy, for sure, especially the first one. Because it's not only my emotions, it's the emotions of the team. You go through a lot the whole season. Pressure is sky high. You play against the absolute favorites, AC Milan, the big AC Milan then. As I said, you're living a dream. So, and that dream at that moment is realized. you know, what more can a young professional want? No, I was 19 then. And with AC Milan, it was like a victory after a difficult period with Inter. It was a difficult choice for me to leave Inter, and because for me it was not a really close chapter, because I didn't win anything. I wanted to really make a difference there as well. But the conditions just were not right to continue, and I decided to go to Milan. And in the first year, immediately, you know, winning the Champions League again. That is also an amazing momentum. Like my first match with Inter. You know, because I'm just a person that I'm very sensitive. Was that at that point I not only had the transition from Inter to Milan, but also it was the moment of the record. All of that together, leaving Madrid was also not an easy thing. It happened because of the need of the club to pay salaries. Can you imagine? So at the end.
So you took one for the team?
Yeah, I didn't know then. I got to know the reason much later.
Okay.
So that's why it was for me not an easy thing to go, because it was before the holidays that no, you're not for sale and everything. And then
you were doing amazing.
Yeah. There was no discussion about selling me. I was also one of the younger players, so why would they do that, you know? And then 4 or 5 days later, when I'm on holidays, I hear they're talking with other teams and putting me on the market. Now I know the reason why they did it. I'm only the second player that Madrid sold for money. Not my words, the words of the actual president now. He explained me the situation. And he said,
was it too late? Were you furious then?
No, I was not furious. I just stood on my principles. If we shook hands and you're not for sale, but then 5 days later you talk with other clubs, then for me, then the deal is done. So I opened the doors for other clubs, and this is how I went to Inter.
Lately, we kicked off an amazing program called The Mind of an Athlete.
Mm-hmm.
I want to take a sneak peek on it and by asking you this. After 2005 Champions League final was so hard on so many Milanistas and so many Milan players. But you came back and you won the same trophy against the same team in 2007. These kind of comebacks actually needs the mind of an athlete and maybe a hero. How did you guys do it?
Football is a game where not always the best team, the one who plays best football and which is also subjective, wins, or the one who has more possession wins, or the one who has dominated the match wins. Football is not really a statistic sport. It's a really momentum sport more than statistics, and one moment can decide the result, the end result. While if you would look at basketball, if a team shoots much more than the other team, then most probably that team will win the match, right? In football, it's not like that. You can shoot 100 times and then the other team shoot 1 time, it's done, finished.
Yeah.
So that is the beauty of the game as well, and that is why playing finals is such a delicate thing. I had a feeling that against Liverpool was just destiny for them,
2005.
but we were at our peak with that team. And we continued to dominate in Europe those years, and that's why we came back in the final. Probably we deserved to win the first one, and Liverpool deserved to win the second one. If you look from an expert point of view, you look at the match, who has been more dominating. We were super, I would say, favorites, and we really killed the match in the first 2005, but we lost at the end. And I would say that Liverpool was slightly the better team in the second match. But we brought it home because of a few momentums that we were capable to transforming those chances, and that's football.
What did you feel when Pele chose you one of the greatest 100 living footballers?
Oh, it's an honor, no? I mean, Pele is the king himself. Choose that list, and It's also always amazing to get that kind of acknowledgement from other football players, and in this case, the football player, you know, dear friend, and yeah, no words for that actually.
So did you have any cold feet before going directly from Inter Milan to AC Milan, which was a big deal? Did you think twice?
No, not about thinking twice. I really needed 2 weeks and a half to distance myself from the project, because when I go into a project, I'm fully committed. And for me, the job was not done yet with the Inter. It was 13, 14 years. They didn't win a Scudetto, and we came to the last day, and then we lost. Instead of winning, we became third.
Yeah.
But with Hector Cooper, things were just not in the right place. I mean, even Ronaldo Fenomeno had to leave. So Cooper at that point had a very strong position with the club, and so we said, okay, you know, I said, but it took me really 2.5 weeks. If you would go and ask Ancelotti or Galliani, then they would say, I've never had to wait so long for a player to say yes. But I needed that, and then after 2.5 weeks I said, okay, this is the best thing to do. This is the best project for me, and then that's how I accepted, and the rest is history. So that's why also I wasn't worried about anything. And my first match I played with AC Milan, I scored a goal also, so that helps. And
the last game you did an assist, yeah?
Yeah, the last game was also special. I didn't know it would have been my last game. It was just a sense for me. The others had made their mind. I did not yet.
Yeah.
I didn't define my destiny yet. I didn't define anything. But yeah, that was a good, nice end.
Yeah, it is. It was something like Hollywood movies. All the heroes came together to win again. An assist from you, a goal from Inzaghi, I guess.
Yes.
I'll ask you some questions, and I want you to answer as fast as you can.
Okay.
Okay. What was the hardest Champions League you won?
2007, because we had to start without having a proper preseason because of the problems that was in Italy with Calciopoli and everything, and we had 8 points, the deduction of our points of the previous year. So we had to play the preliminaries, but our holidays was planned differently, because we had more time, but then all of a sudden we didn't have all that time, and the decision was made pretty late. So that whole season we suffered. So it was physically, mentally was the hardest one to go.
Which one is the closest to your heart?
All. No, you don't choose. If you have 4 kids, you don't choose between them. I mean, they all have their own story, their own character, their own sweetness and bitterness. I mean, it's all that emotion that comes with it. It's unique, so they're all unique, so I would never choose. I always say, you know, there's always a first one. So if we need to talk about, you know, the first one was the first. The first kid is always a bit different than because it's experience, right?
Yeah.
You didn't have the experience before, so. But at the end, the journey of each of them has been so special. Yeah.
Okay. Name your all-time favorite 11 players.
Wow. I really have a hard time doing that, you know that? Let's put the ones that were like the players that I really admired when I was a kid.
Okay.
Can I write it down, because I'm lost?
Yeah, we can.
I need some pen and paper.
Yeah.
I'll put the team you cannot imagine. So I would start with the goalkeeper Zoff, Baresi in the back with Beckenbauer and Bremen, Rijkaard and Junior in front of the defense. Then we have Platini on the right, Zico in the middle, Johan Cruyff on the left, and then we have Maradona and Pelé up front. This would be my childhood 11. Yeah.
Here's a question everybody wants to ask. The fitness of Seydourf. What do you do?
It's important also to know what I don't do.
Okay.
Maybe that is more important.
Yes, I agree.
Because each person needs to find their own way to be fit.
Okay.
But I don't drink alcohol.
Okay.
I don't smoke.
Okay.
And I avoid sugar and avoid to be in deep stress mentally. So I try to have a balance. So these are the things. So then each person can try to figure out what to do in order to be fit, which can be exercising in the gym, it can be outdoor, indoor, whatever. Doing sport is important. I always have done my sports. Those things that I don't do are choices. Every time you make those choices, to say no, to say no, to say no, which is part of why you become a certain point. It's part of your lifestyle, of your nutrition. Things become very normal. So just paying attention to what you eat, what you drink, what you buy, so what you put at your home, and when you're out, which places you go. When you have problems, how you deal with them, if you're going to swim in them for a long time or not. Or do you live towards things that you like to do and that you're happy and that makes you happy, and be a good person as much as you can, try things out. Yeah, I think it's not only, people many times think it's only related to gym or to sports. That is important, but the way you eat and drink is at least 50% of the job, and the way you deal with your mental health, I would add another 20 to that. So, it's a package, it's the whole balance. Doing sports activities is the easiest thing, probably, for everybody.
Okay, I have some photos from your career. I'm gonna show you some of them, and I need you to comment on each one. And if you have a story, please let us know the story. Let's start with this one. Take a look.
Okay. The Dangerous Boys from Amsterdam. Patrick Kluivert, Reuser, Wouter, Ulida. This was, I think, the second year of my professional career in Ajax.
How hard was it to handle?
No, Balotelli, it was not hard to handle him. We needed just some extra hours in the day. He just required a lot of time and attention. But even in this look, you see the respect, the mutual respect, and he did actually very well during my stay. I wish I could have worked longer with him. He needed that, like some proper guidance to get more out of his career. But it is what it is.
Okay, this is a photo of you with your third baby or your fourth?
This is the fourth.
Fourth baby.
Yes, this is the fourth. Yeah, so I tried to put it under the shirt. Unfortunately, I couldn't manage. And they were running behind me. They wanted to have a piece, but
All yours.
Yeah. No, this was 2007. Amazing momentum.
Do you remember this guy?
Yeah. Jackson 5, Afro. Yeah, this was, I think I was 14, something like that. These balls, by the way, were actually very nice.
Tell me more about this moment.
What is this moment? I don't remember this moment, but this moment. This can be a lot of stuff. Where is this?
course, it's.
This is after. Huh?
This is after the Champions League.
This is Champions League. Yeah, because we have many celebrations going on, so it could be even in the league. Because I remember also to have. I've never seen this picture, so.
Really?
No,
Okay.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. That was my purpose.
Yes, this one we know. This is also 2007. So I had the cup for quite a while in my hands. Okay.
Okay, this is a photo of you at the school, like you.
Uh-huh.
What you said about it?
Sampdoria.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that was. I don't recognize the adversary, but it might be Udinese or something. But great school for me. Yeah. This is in Holland. Probably we just won the league or something like that. Or maybe there was a celebration of the Champions League.
Okay.
You know, in the last match of the season or the first match after the Champions League. Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
And you can see we were always same group.
Yeah, almost the same.
Yeah, so we were always hanging out together. Like this group was a lot together. Bogarde, Wouter, Reiziger, Tariq Ulida. With Tariq Ulida, I went for the first time to Morocco.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And Dries Boussata. Dries Boussata played shorter time for us there. We were chosen best striker and best midfielder with Maldini as best defender of the year. Yeah, it was an amazing relationship.
Okay. What was happening here?
That was a crazy photographer asking for stuff like this. Good balance, no?
Yeah,
I mean, it's
of
for
course
real.
it's
I'm
good.
standing there for real. This
Yeah.
is no photoshopping of stuff. Yeah, it was before the World Cup, 100%.
Yeah.
Before the World Cup '98.
Exactly. Have fun with those photos.
Yeah, nice. A few